Hello, everybody, and welcome to an exciting episode of Biology 2 Online. I am your instructor, Professor Roth, and I am lucky enough to be able to take you guys through Biology 2 this semester. So to kind of get us starting off, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at Canvas and run through my syllabus so that way we're all clear on what is expected of us throughout the semester and kind of what you should expect from me from this semester. So starting off, whenever you log into Canvas, which all of you should be able to do because this is an online class, you'll see that you have your courses listed out. You should have one that has this image in it. It may not say Bio 2 Online, it may something a little bit more technical, but what you can do is this is my course, the shell for my course. You can go into this little dot, the circle with 3 dots, and you can give yourself a nickname. I just call mine Bio 2 Online. You can call yours whatever you want to, just Biology 2. You can choose a color to go along with it. I just chose the light blue because that's a pretty color, and you guys are awesome. And just hit apply when you're done, and that way you know exactly which Canvas shell to log into for my course. Not to mention, as you can see, there's a theme with mine. I've gone with all Jurassic World pictures this semester. So let's go ahead and start by clicking on the shell for our Biology 2 course. The first thing that opens up is an itinerary. Now this is a little bit different for you guys simply because you're my online class. You don't necessarily have to follow this itinerary, but this is one that I created for my regular classes. And this, if you follow this could help space you out and pace you as the semester goes on. One of the things you'll notice is that I don't have due dates for any of my assignments. As soon as they come open, you're available to do them. They start off as a 0 until you do them. That way you'll always know what your grade will be if you don't do them. But you can do them as many times as you need to just before the end of the semester, which as we get closer to the end of the semester, we'll put information about when everything is officially finally due. But you can see kind of per week what we'll be covering, and if you stay with us, you'll more or less have pace yourself out during the course. So let's go ahead and go to modules. This is where all the information is going to be located. The first thing that you're going to see, now my screen may look a little bit different than yours because I have the teacher view and you have the student view. But one of the first things you'll see is the welcome screen, and in there are 2 things. One is my door schedule with my office hours. That won't really apply to you. You can email me at any time, but please give me about 24 hours to respond in. If it's over the weekend, if you email me during the weekend, if I check over the weekend, I'll be able to get back with you. But if not, it'll probably be first thing Monday morning. But given that I don't have strict deadlines for my assignments, we have wiggle room in there. And the other thing you'll see is another copy of the itinerary, which we just saw just a moment ago on the home screen. So if we scroll down a little bit, to start off, underneath each one of these, it has a word that says view. In order for you to get a green check mark, you need to view this. That way, when I check back on this and I want to view your progress, I can see that you've actually viewed this. It'll show up as a green check mark on my end underneath your progress. And the same for my weekly itinerary. So if you just click on those and view them, and when you're done, don't hit backspace on your browser. It's very important. Either click on modules again, or you can click, you'll see at the bottom of whenever you click on this, there'll be a button that says next, and it will simply take you to the next file in the series. If you hit backspace on your browser, you're actually taking yourself back in time to a point where you haven't viewed it yet, so it still won't give you the check mark. If you do that, just view it again, and this time hit modules when you're done. Same thing with the itinerary. Once you do that, we can move on to the syllabus, itinerary, and lab safety agreement. The first thing is on here is the syllabus, and I want to run through this kind of quickly with you guys because there's a lot of information in here. But a lot of it doesn't necessarily apply to you simply because you're the online class. This is a generalized syllabus for all of my courses. The first page you'll see when you click on it is just generalized information, but it has my phone number, my email address, says what courses I teach, and so forth and so on. You do not need a lab manual for this course. Since you're online, all of our labs will be done virtually, or there'll be an activity that you can do and get credit for. Just keep in mind that Canvas is our official way to get in touch with you. There's no other way for me to contact you. So if something's going on, you need to be checking your Canvas email, your student email. If you need to email me, you can log on to Canvas and email me through the email tab, which is really easy to do. And those emails go straight to me on Canvas. They also get sent to my my actual email here at the school. and so forth and so on. But you've got to be able to check Canvas every single day because you never know what's going to change, especially since it's an online class. That's going to be very important that you're making sure you're keeping up with all the content that's coming out. One of the requirements for you for attendance, well, we'll get to that a little bit when we get to attendance. But again, for email, just make sure you give me at least 24 hours to respond. And please give me your name and what, specific information so that way I can better answer your question. If you simply respond to, hey, this quiz isn't working for me, there's lots of quizzes. It's going to take me a lot of time to communicate back and forth with you, like what quiz is it? Who are you? I may have specific questions I need to ask you. So to cut down on some of the email chatter back and forth, just give me as much information in the first email as possible. Generally, you won't have to print anything. If there is something you have to print, that will be on your own. But for the online class, there's nothing I can think of off the top of my head that you would actually need to print. But there will be some reading requirements. Not necessarily in the book, though the book does have some good information. All of my PowerPoints come from the book, so it's not really something that you need to have with you all the time and read through. But if you have it, it goes, pretty much my PowerPoints go right along with the book. You're not in the classroom, so don't have to worry about behavior. You're going to be using technology like your cell phones. I'll never see you guys, so that's not something you need to worry about. Cheating and plagiarism, just know that whenever you do go take your exams, there's one that you're going to have to take that's going to be proctored. At least for all online classes, at least one of the exams that we give must be proctored. And I'll give more information about which one that's going to be coming up. But for the most part, whenever you take your exams, they're open note, open book, because I don't see you guys ever. I let you use open book and open note resources in order to take the exams. So I don't really have to worry about cheating and plagiarism too much, but just know, in general for college, just give it your best shot. Even if you're not sure about the answer, just give it your best shot, especially when you go do the proctored one. You definitely won't be able to use your cell phones during that. For our attendance, for online classes, under attendance, online attendance is taken every Monday for the previous week's participation online. So this coming Monday, I will go in and I'll check to see who signed online this current week. If you did, awesome. If you didn't, that's one of your 3 weeks marked against you. After 3 weeks of no participation, 3 weeks of you not signing in, it doesn't have to be consecutive, it can add up at different places, then you get dropped from the course. So please make sure you're signing on at least once a week. So just simply sign on to Canvas. You don't even have to do anything, but just look through your notes, look through stuff, be aware of what assignments you have coming up. If you got some assignments, go ahead and do them. If don't not sign in, all right? Go sign in. Don't have to worry about tardy. So this is the big thing I think most people are going to have questions about is how I do my grading and how I do my grade book. For you guys, there's a lot of lecture and lab quizzes, and then there'll be 4 different exams. The last exam is our final, but it's just the last exam that we take. So yes, it is the final exam, but it's not comprehensive. But those 4 exams will count 50% of your grade, and then the lecture quizzes are 25%, and the lab quizzes are 25%. If you're a nursing major or a science major, you've got to get a C or higher in course. If you get a D in the course, it's not going to transfer, but you can graduate. It's just you'll have to retake the course whenever you get to your senior college. If you get an F in the course, you can't graduate with that. You'll have to retake the course before you can graduate from Gulf Coast Community College. For the grade book, every grade that I start off with in the book goes in as a 0. So any assignment, any quiz, it goes in as a 0. People freak out about that. They think I've already graded it and there's no hope for them, and that's not the case. The reason I do this is because if I put a 0 in the grade book, at any point in time you can look in the grade book and see what your average is going to be if you don't do the assignments. And that kind of lets you know the importance of getting in and getting it done. Also, if I leave it blank, when you check your Canvas grade, it doesn't affect the grade. So even though there's an assignment there for you, your average doesn't change. And a lot of people will misinterpret that as I don't have any homework to do or I don't have any assignments to do because my average hasn't changed. So by putting the 0 in, you're actually seeing the effects of the grade if you don't take it. So a lot of people just lights a fire under their rears and lets them get in and go, makes them go take the quizzes, which is success. You've gone in and you've taken the quizzes and you've done well. And so that's very important to keep in mind. So yes, you can take these quizzes as many times as possible before their deadlines come up. So if you want to go take a quiz 20 times to make sure you get a 10 out of 10, do it. I mean, you've got the opportunity. It's the reason why I don't give any other type of bonus work is simply because you have as many opportunities as necessary to get the highest grade possible in the class. That is your bonus. So make sure you can do that. There are no retakes on missed quizzes and assignments since you're given plenty of time and multiple attempts to achieve them. And for you, that's essentially going to be the last day of class. So can you sign in after class and retake quizzes that you didn't do earlier? No, you cannot. You have the entire semester to go in and do it. So as soon as quizzes pop up, make sure that you're staying on top of it. If you need to hold off and do all the quizzes, a lot of you are probably working parents, and it could be a single mom working on a degree with 3 kids at home. You probably only have time every other weekend to really get in and do some work, and that's fine. This course is set up that way. You've got to log in at least once per week, so that way I can see that you're doing attendance. But other than that, you got to make sure that you're keeping up with the assignments and self-pacing yourself. But you don't have to turn in an assignment every single week, but you do have to sign in every single week. So let's see. Due to the nature of the online course, a few additional steps may be required for you over the semester. Essentially, that will be with like getting your exams taken in a proctored setting. And we'll discuss that as we get more into class. And I do talk about the little proctoring here, like in that one out of your 4 exams must be proctored. You'll have to go to a proctor center on your campus, sign up for a time, and then go to the center and take it during that time. So I'll give you that more information as we get closer to it. And then the last page is just the reasonable accommodations, equal opportunity, final exam times, which doesn't really apply to you, and then information about the courses that I teach. Hopefully that gives you enough information to where you feel comfortable getting the class started and doing some information. As the semester goes on, I'm actually going to start putting up videos of my lectures as best I can. We've gotten some new technology that I'm really excited about, but I'm still working on how to use a lot of it and make sure that I'm doing it correctly and getting the information out to you. But I'll definitely start getting videos up of my lectures so you can listen to them on your own. So that way you're getting all of the information, not just what's in the notes. So hopefully I've helped curve some of those questions that you may have right at the beginning and maybe settled some of your nerves. A lot of people were kind of a little disoriented at the fact they already had zeros in the grade book. So don't let that throw you off. And other than that, if you need to email me. If you're on my campus, come by and see me. If you need to give me a call. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I think that you're going to have a good time this semester. And I hope that you have a good time this semester. And other than that, I'll see you around. Bye.